that there's a possibility that this book sparks something in all of us, to look inside ourselves and to find those memories, those stories that define who we are. Writing a book, being paid to write a book that allows you to reflect on your life, I know is a huge, huge luxury. People don't have time in our busy lives to sit and wonder, how did I get from there to here? What motivated me? What were my fears? How did I grow? Why did I do that? Why did I take that turn? Who were my influences? I've had to do that my whole life because I did start to swerve. And when you swerve, you find that you have to explain yourself to people along the way. I had to explain to my family why I wanted to leave corporate law. I had to figure that out so that I could justify the move. I had to explain to people in Iowa who the heck we were and why I thought my husband could be the next president of the United States. Throughout my life, I've had to tell my story to myself and to others. And what I've found is that when you know yourself and you're willing to share yourself with others, that transcends race, it transcends hate, it transcends our difficulties seeing people who love in a different way. But there's a courage that happens with thinking that your truth is valid. And we live in a world where sadly, only a few stories are deemed to be valid. And sadly, they're often white, they're often male, they're often wealthy, they're often privileged. And those are the stories that get lifted up. So when we look at those stories as compared to ours, we think for some reason our voice doesn't matter, our story doesn't count, and it suffocates us. Because when you don't believe in your story, you don't believe in your voice, and then you can't use it. I believe in my story. I like my story, all the bumps and bruises, and I think it is more a reflection of who we are as a nation than many stories that are being lifted up now, that we're taught to bow down to. I think our stories are the quintessential American stories. So my hope is that people don't just read this and learn about Michelle Obama, but they read about this and learn about themselves. They learn about us as a nation. Because one of my mottos, the things that I say in here is, it's harder to hate up close. I mean, you see, when people didn't know my full story, it was easy to call me an angry black woman. It was easy to label me as whatever they labeled me. Now it's a little bit harder because now you know Michelle Robinson, you know that little girl who struggled, you know her pain, you know her failures, it opens people up. It's just the opposite of what you think will happen. If the more you share, the more you let people in, the harder it is for them to misjudge you. And my hope is that this book sparks conversations in communities of all kinds, interracially, intergenerationally, where we start really sharing and understanding that if I have a story and a hurt, then so do you. And our point is not to win the argument, but it's to understand each other and to understand why we feel the way we feel, why we hurt, why we fear. That is what true empathy is. And that's what's missing in this country today. So I hope this book plays